Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
It's the battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 2005 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
On first down, it's Gibson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Antonio Gibson
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Third and 2, Smith. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
41-yard line.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
On the pickup.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 28. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Gibson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Antonio Gibson.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth. Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And it's a fumble. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr. taking it in. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now we get our first peek at the Ravens offense, and at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First down.
Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A gain of 2. Brings up
throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson will find Dobbins out of the backfield. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
And it's third down.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimension.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Ball carrier.
Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 19.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Complete to J.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Smith. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Calais Campbell, his 2nd sack of the night.
8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Here's Smith on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Logan Thomas. Incomplete. Results.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
At their own 27-yard line.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we're at halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Forced out to his left. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 22-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. Third down.
Third down.
From the gun, it's Jackson being chased out left. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Here's Dobbins. And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
At the 44-yard line.
Now Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Again, the ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On the give, this is their fullback. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And it's third down.
On the move to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll run with McKissick. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. A give to the fullback on the dive. The big man. The oxygen tank ready.
Here we go. Yeah, we dominate today.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try and run for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 43 yards. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until it popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 21. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run on first down. Barber. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Pernell McPhee charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 41 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside in 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Hopkins with the extra point. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington defense getting ready. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick six, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone. But their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Jackson's pass.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Smith's pass intercepted by the Ravens.
They're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Coming up on 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Bryant with a catch right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down at the 2. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So a victory here for the Washington football team. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.